Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 with USL Dunkerque. It is going to be the final episode of the season because basically the last few matches have been average. We've won a lot, we've lost a lot, so yeah, we are still sat 7th place in the table. There is a chance that we could still get into the playoffs, but I've said before, I don't really want to be doing that. So without further ado, let's go through the, I think, 7 matches in between episodes. It did not start off on a good foot. Against Nancy, we end up losing this one 2-1, and this was an extremely infuriating game. We go 1-0 up after 51 minutes. Alan Varel with the goal for us, and then they scored 2 goals in the space of 1 minute. Amin Bassi and Jesse Heinz with goals in the 68th and 69th minute. We should have won that game. We just could not score any goals. Yasin Fekir gets a 6.4 in this one. That position, as I keep saying, is the bane of my life. That position there, I just want someone to pick that position up and own it and go, you know what, I'm going to be getting 7s every single week, but no one wants to do that. This was followed up by another defeat against Le Havre. Patrick Vieira's Le Havre. We must remember that. It's Patrick Vieira in charge of Le Havre. It was a 2-0 defeat. Dylan Silva with an own goal. It was one of those weird ones where the ball hit the bar, it then hit the post, it then kind of trickled into the back of Silva. Wasn't a lot he could really do about it. Hits his ankle, goes in. Wilfred Harrell also scores a goal for Le Havre. This game, we were shocking in. Once again, though, striker's not so good, but this time Wallace gets a 6.9, so Wallace has Wallace has been doing it for a lot of the season anyway. He is our best player as that advanced playmaker, but he does go hot and cold. This time he was alright, but everyone else around him wasn't very good. Into April, and we are back to winning ways against Tours. Kevin Nzuzi Mata comes off the bench to score his first goal in a very, very long time. He's played about 6 games this season, all off the bench. Gets himself, I think he scored 3 goals this season as well. Adil Asbagou scores a 95th minute penalty as well. He came on for the injured Giovanni Chiracha. The good form didn't last very long though. Up against a very, very good Sochaux side, we lose this one 1-0. Foncino with the only goal of the game. Defensively, we were actually very good. Again, strikers, not so great this time around. Kalen Demessi, a 6.3. We did have a problem because Andy Faustin got himself injured, I think in training, possibly. So Faustin has missed quite a few of the last set of games, which I think is where we've struggled to score goals. But then, something clicked. Against Nimes, a 3-1 victory here. We were 3-0 up. Kalen Demessi on 18 minutes. Alan Viral on 32. Alexis Calant gets his first goal of the season on 86. It was a consolation goal for Nimes from Renard Ripart on the 87th minute. Alexis Calant picking up the man of the match award with a goal and an assist as well. And the wins keep coming. This is why we are still within touching distance of the playoffs. A 2-1 victory against Paris FC. Alan Varel and Andy Faustin returned from his injury in this one, giving us the 2 goals for Paris FC. Samuel Yoho maybe, with the goal on 28 minutes. It was a 2-1 victory, a very comfortable 2-1 victory. We probably should have scored more goals. And the final match in between episodes, we vanquish an old foe, Concarneau. We end up beating them 2-0 away from home. Hebert and Faustin with the goals for us. We were dominant, absolutely dominant. 24 shots, 9 on target. They only had 6 and 2. We should have scored probably about 4 or 5 in this game. So that does mean that the league table looks like this. 7th place in the table. We are 3 points behind Metz. We are 1 point behind 6th place Sochaux. Realistically, ideally we get into the playoffs and then not get promoted. That's kind of the dream outcome here. If we can get, basically if we have a look here under rules, you can see we get money depending on how high we finish. And it's not a small amount, it's like 31,000 I think between each kind of tier. So if we finish 7th, we get 431, 6th, 462. So we need to really try and finish as high as possible without getting promoted. Which is an extremely weird thing to say when you think about it. Ideally, every team would want to get promoted. The first of 2 games today then, up against Châteauroux, a team who are down the wrong end of the table, but I think they are pretty much safe. In fact, I think it's only Niort, Tours and Laval that are kind of in some form of contention. I guess in theory they could go down, but it does mean that Niort will need to win all of their games and everyone else around them also need to win all their games. So I think Châteauroux and probably Paris FC are going to be safe. The starting lineup then. In goal will be Dylan Silva, who we have a little bit of news about him. I'll come to that at the end of the lineups. Boubacar Silla, Babatore, Rodrigue Ella and Adil Asbagou will be the back four. Omanuk Mfulu will be the defence midfielder because we've only got 2 games left of the season. The transfer window will be opened shortly after that. He's got a year left on his contract. This is shop window time for Mfulu. As you can see, he's already wanted. I believe it's Borges Peronas. It is Borges Peronas who want him. I want to get more people after him because if we can get him off the books, that would be great. Although he has scored 4 goals this season somehow. They were for the reserves. He's played 6 in the first team and 23 in the reserves in the last 2 years. I don't understand why it counts the reserves as actual proper goals, because they're not. Gideon Waha will be the Carrilero alongside the box-to-box midfielder of Hebert, with Wallace as that advanced playmaker. Alan Varau and Kalen Demessi are going to be the 2 strikers. Andy Faustin is currently out suspended for 1 game, so he will return for the final game of the season up against Grenoble Foot. Dylan Silva. So, we've spoke about Alan Varau in the past, about extending his loan deal, and we've seen that Hebert is going to be leaving. Dylan Silva has now extended his loan deal, and we've got a better deal out of it. How do we find out? Is it that one? I don't think we're paying any money. Yeah, we're paying literally no money for him now. I think we were paying like 10% of his playing fee to begin with. We're now paying nothing. So Dylan Silva is here for another season, which is an extremely important transfer because I really did not want to try and find myself a really good sweeper keeper throughout the summer with a transfer budget of 0. Châteauroux are obviously not confident that they are out of danger yet, so they're going to be playing a very defensive formation, probably trying to steal a single point from us. They do have 2 strikers, though. I think we've already played these on camera once, and I think they might have even beaten us, which is really not good, because we've got, Châteauroux and Grenoble, who are bottom of the league, so we should be getting 6 points from these 2 games. We are 20 minutes in and 2 very important goals have happened that don't involve us. Nancy are beating Metz. Sochaux are losing to Clermont Foot, which means if we just score a single goal, we'll go into the playoffs. Nancy are winning 2-0, although nothing is happening here. Finally, we've got a highlight. It's taken until the 43rd minute. Mfulu with the ball to Wallace. Wallace across. Boubacar Silla controls it. Crosses in. Alan Varau was there, and he was so close to the goal. He was never going to be able to get that head down. He should have just left it. Half-time then, it's been pretty dull at Stade Marcel Tribut, but elsewhere, who is it? It's Nancy beating Metz. That is a big game for us, and the other one is, where are we seeing it? Up here, Clermont Foot beating Sochaux. If that stays that way and we pick up a victory, we will move into the playoffs, which, as I keep saying, it's good and bad, because I don't really want to get promoted. I'd just like the second half to actually have something happen. If that would be nice. We've had 2 shots on target out of 11. Nancy are now 4-0 up against Metz, and still nothing is happening here. I need to do a demand more, and maybe... strikers are both on 6.4s. What is going on? Viral off for Kevin and Zuzi Mata. I can't believe I'm doing that. Hebert off as well for Baboy Traore? Maybe? Do we swap you over? Sure. Mfulu is now going to be a box... No, he's not. Eric Tybee. You can be the box-to-box. You can... What am I doing? We're going to go with that. Sure. All of our subs have happened, and we've kept Kalen Demessi on, who's on a 6.4. That's probably not the best thing to do. Right, we've got 15 minutes. We've seen 1 highlight all game. Clermont Foot are now 2-0 up. We are going to slip away and miss our opportunity, aren't we? Show some passion. Do something. They've had 3 shots. They're going to win, aren't they? They're actually going to win. They're going to score an 89th minute winner. 30 seconds to play, and I don't believe this is a proper highlight. So this has been an extremely dull game of football. Nothing has happened at all. We've seen 1 highlight throughout the entire game, and it was an effort from Alan Varau that he was never going to score from. So that is an absolute balls up of a result there against Châteauroux. I think we should really sympathise with the team after that performance. No, that was not good enough. There was no excuses. That was not good enough. It means then the final game of the season against Grenoble, who are a team who are already relegated, we have to win if we want to get playoffs. We also have to hope that Metz and Sochaux slip up. It's still a possibility. Let's see who is going to be playing against Metz. Metz are playing Sochaux. Great. Metz are playing Sochaux in the final game of the season. So that needs to be a draw. It needs to be a draw or a Sochaux victory, and we win by like 4 or 5 goals against Grenoble, which is possible because they are awful. We're at the day of the final game of the season, and the Thursday before, Alexis Calant, our backup fullback, has pulled his knee ligaments, and Omanu Kanfulu has torn his knee ligament, so he's out for 4 months. So, the old shop window treatment isn't going to happen for Mfulu in the final game of the season then, is it? Good news is, though, Edgaras Utkus has returned to full training after being out ill for a little bit. He's probably not going to play. If we want to get playoffs, we have to beat Grenoble Foot, and we have to beat them comfortably if we want to kind of try and limit the potential slip-ups that could happen. Obviously, Metz play Sochaux. If Metz win, it's irrelevant what we do. Although, if Metz win and we get anything other than a defeat, we will move up into 6th place. If Sochaux win, and we win by a much greater goal difference, then we will move into 5th place. If Sochaux and Metz is a draw, then we have to just win and we'll move into 5th place. So, there's a lot of possibilities here that are actually in our favour. I think the one that's most likely to happen is Metz are going to just win, aren't they? The starting lineup for the final game of the season, or potentially the final game of the season, because I guess if we win, we might be into the playoffs. Anyway, in goal is going to be Dylan Silva, Boubacar Sylla, Babatoré, Rodrigue Ella, and Adil Asbagou will be the back four. Just in case you didn't realise, Giovanni Chouacha is currently out injured for quite a while, so Asbagou he's basically played the last 6 or 7 games, something like that. Hebert will return as that defensive midfielder for what could potentially be his final game for the club. Sambou Sissoko and Gideon Waha will be the 2 central midfielders, with Wallace just behind the strike partnership of Alan Viral and Andy Faustin. I am so determined to get Alan Viral for next season. You do not understand. I constantly, between now and the start of next season, I'm going to be continually trying to offer loan deals for Viral until he finally accepts it. I say he, until Ipswich finally accept it. Much like Châteauroux, Grenoble are playing the same very defensive formation. As long as this isn't a boring 0-0, I'll be slightly happier. If all we need to do is win. Let's just get that win. If we get the win, then it kind of just depends on what happens elsewhere. I was just about to say something like we're wearing our lucky red and white kit as well, which I have no idea whether it's lucky or not at all. 6 minutes on the clock and already we've got more action in this game than the Châteauroux game. Sissoko with the ball, plays it forward, doesn't find anyone, and Grenoble can potentially counter. Baldry with the ball back to the goalkeeper, kicks it upfield. Hopefully we're going to head forward. Gideon Waha, the Ghanaian, forward, finds Andy Faustin. Wallace with the ball, number 13, Sissoko. He's got what's his name? Boubacar Sylla, that's his name, on the right-hand side, but he doesn't use him. Wallace gets the ball now. Now Sylla does get the ball. Bit of space, crosses in, and Alan Viral is at the front post, his 17th goal of the season, and this will put us into 5th place and into the playoffs currently. There we go. Metz and Sochaux still drawing at the moment. A second highlight, 14 minutes on the clock. Yo Conan with the ball upfield, but it's on the halfway line for Boubacar Sylla. Forward to Gideon Waha. He's going to run, plays it back instead. Waha gets the ball again. Asbagou's in front. He's running around all over the place. Go on, you pass it, please. Thanks. Wallace to Sissoko. Is he going to go for goal? He does go for goal. He's hit the base of the post, and Grenoble can clear their lines. Sochaux are winning. So, Sochaux now winning means we need to score at least 2 more goals. We need to win by at least 3 goals to 0. 4, I think, is the ideal scenario, because I think Sochaux have got a better games ratio. They've beaten us more than we've beaten them, basically. So, Grenoble with the ball upfield, headed forward by Touré instead. Hebert, back to Touré. Where are you going to go? Number 4, long ball upfield to Alan Viral into the penalty area. Cross to Andy Faustin, who is there, but it's just over the bar. Now we want Metz to equalise. That's the next thing we want. Metz to score a goal, and we'll be back into 5th place. Grenoble's throw is terrible. Faustin runs forward with the ball, keeps going, goes for goal, smashes it well over the bar. Gideon Waha with a free kick is palmed away, and Alan Viral is there, making it 2-0 on the 37th minute. 1 more goal, and we will go joint on goal difference with Sochaux. I didn't realise how tight this was actually going to be at the end of the season. We might get this goal now. Goal kick from Grenoble upfield. Francois is going to probably get it. No, he doesn't. Waha heads forward to Andy Faustin. Across. Sissoko does manage to get the ball. Alan Viral, who is now on a hat-trick. Boubacar Sylla into the penalty area. It's cleared, though, easily. Hebert forward to Sambou Sissoko. Gideon Waha. Sissoko and Waha. I imagine they're best friends because they play really well together. Faustin gets tackled, and Grenoble can clear their lines, but hopefully Boubacar Sylla's going to get there first. Yes, he does. Sylla has been an absolute revelation for me. When I signed him in the first season, I was not expecting him to be this important for us. Crosses in. Gideon Waha on the volley. He's rattled the post, and it is cleared. We are continually attacking the Grenoble goal. We are definitely going to score another goal in this game. I can see it. Half-time then, Sochaux winning 1-0 away from home against Metz means that the 2-goal lead we've got at the moment isn't enough. We just need to keep winning and keep scoring goals. Let's get a few more goals, and then it doesn't matter what's happening elsewhere, unless Metz win, obviously. Literally at the start of this episode, I was there going, I don't want playoffs. Now I can get it. I definitely want playoffs. If we can get into Ligue 1 at the end of this season, that's going to be insane. On the hour mark, Viral wins the ball. Wallace now plays it across. Gideon Waha loves the long-range goal, and there it is, his 10th of the season. We are 3-0 up. We are joint on goal difference with Sochaux. Let's get another. We need 4. We need 4. We need 5. We need 15. Score 15 goals. Sochaux do stay ahead of us because they've got a better against ratio than us. So we've got 20 minutes. We need Metz to find an equaliser, or we need to find a goal ourselves. It is in our hands now. 75 minutes, we've done no subs. Wallace with the ball, plays it across to Gideon Waha. Sambu Sissoko's there with a bit of space. Back to Hebert, who's picked up a yellow card. Across to Asbagou, cross it in, and the goalkeeper makes a television save to claim the ball. That was not the highlight, was it? So, Ben Laref in goal. Long kick upfield for Grenoble. Headed forward, Gideon Waha in the centre circle. Runs with the ball. Across to Wallace. Boubacar Silla's making a run down the right, number 12, with his white boots, crosses in, Andy Faustin's there, it doesn't matter, it's gone in. We've moved up into 4th, thanks to Yao Conan. Kevin Yao Conan has potentially given us playoff football. We've got 14 minutes, we need to just hope Sochaux don't score another goal, or Metz score a goal, or something like that. We've got 7 minutes to play. Faustin's coming off for Kalen Demessi. Look at these numbers! I have never seen so many numbers so high. Sissoko's coming off because he's on a 7.1. Terrible, poor form, Sambu Sissoko. So Baboy Traore is going to come on as a Carolero. We just need to hope that results go our way elsewhere. We've done our job. We've wiped out that goal difference. We're into injury time. Nothing's happening. There's a corner. 92 minutes have been played. Blow the whistle, referee. Do not score now. Do not score now. Blow the whistle, please. Right, have we done it? We've won. I think we've done it. I think we've actually done it. We've somehow managed to get the bloody playoffs. I don't know what's happened elsewhere. I really don't. I'm just going to click continue, and you're going to stay with me until we find out what's happened elsewhere, because I've seen it before where stupid things happen. What's happened? Where are we looking? Down there. Sochaux only won 1-0. We've managed to get playoffs in our first season. What? What? How? What? How? What? Well, I guess then, we're not at the end of the season yet. Next episode will be the first round of the playoffs. I don't even know how the playoffs work in this competition. Auxerre have won League 2. Good job for them. But, so we have secured a playoff spot. When do we find out who we're playing? Is there like a draw, or do we just automatically know? This round will be drawn on the 14th of the 5th. That's today. So we need to go forward a bit and find out who we're going to be playing. Andy Faustin, if he scored in the last few games, he would have got the golden boot for the league. Instead, Anthony Cora gets it. Damn. We are playing against Le Havre. Last time we played Le Havre, we got battered quite comfortably. Not something that I'm looking forward to. Right, so let's have a quick check. We've got 11 days. It's quite a long wait. So, we've got the first round and then the final. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't realise... Wait, hold on. So, Le Havre... So if you finish third, you're automatically in the playoff final. I was expecting third place to play against the team that are about to get relegated or something like that. So we need to get past Le Havre and get past Nancy, and then we could be in Ligue 1. So next episode, I don't know what day it is today. Hold on. It's a Friday, I think. So next episode is going to be on the Saturday, and it is going to be the League 2 playoffs, and we're going to do the whole thing. We're going to do the first round. I don't know whether it's 2 legs. I'm assuming it's probably not. We're going to do, the first round, and we're going to do the final if we get there. If we don't get there, then we're just going to do the first round. So, what has been an somewhat unexpected successful episode, a 4-0 victory against Grenoble Foot, and meaning we get into the playoffs on goal difference ahead of Sochaux. Right, next episode, like I said, playoffs. I will see you tomorrow. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, if you want some more, hit the subscribe button. And tomorrow is going to be a big day for little old Dunkirk.